Welcome friends to another Dune video. Today we'll look at the early life of Thufir and get an explanation why he suspected Jessica when the Atreides were told that there was a traitor amongst them. This is all from the Dune Encyclopaedia. I will also throw out a general spoiler warning for Dune, which we refer to here. We are told Thufir was one of 9 children and born on the 3rd planet of Alpha Centauri. His mother had trained briefly as a mentat, and she saw something in her son. He was first well grounded in the basics, as well as in economics, communications, and military strategy. He then chose to become a mentat and was trained on X. He made a friend, Kholinar, and met a young woman, Anya, who he fell for. Anya, we are told, was the daughter of a Bene Gesserit. She returned his affection, and so they had a relationship, which lasted until she left Ix with Kholinar, and then Thufir speaks of her no more, hinting perhaps that she left with Kholinar. This created within Thufir a mistrust of women of the Bene Gesserit, and it also meant he never became involved with a woman later in his life, but instead dedicated himself to his work, to his duty, and at 35 he joined House Atreides under Duke Paulus Atreides. When challenged by the Duke on ways to expand his land, Thufir introduced goods and complex irrigation systems, and as the Dune Encyclopaedia says, designed efficient transport and communication networks. He searched the Imperium for experts in agriculture, viticulture, animal husbandry and mining to serve as a faculty in the schools he founded. This helps the estates flourish. Through the Duke's thoroughly trained subjects, they were able to produce record crops and quality wines, propagated top-quality cattle and farm animals, and developed lucrative mines. Duke Paulus's flourishing estates did very well for Caladan. Thufir grew to have great respect for the Duke, and rumour says that the Duke helped rescue 2 people close to Thufir from danger. And this was returned when Thufir almost literally gave his life for the Duke in a skirmish with off-world raiders at one of the Duke's ranches. Hawat got in the way of a blow for the Duke, as he himself was trying to escape a sword slash in the groin, and took it instead in the leg. He then helped the Duke develop a full bullfighting ring, an addiction for Paulus Atreides. He helped with the selection of the breeding, and an arena was built. This led to the death of Paulus, and the mentat moved his affections to Leto, who he served brilliantly in every interest, military, political, economic, social, and personal. Thufir trained Paul in the ways of the mentat, and he came to love the boy as a son. Then, as you may know, the Atreides are given the Thief of Arrakis, and it's an opportunity they cannot turn down, but also a trap, and this fear is heightened when we are told there is a traitor amongst the Atreides people, clearly something that would concern Thufir, the now master of assassins. He failed once to protect Paul from an attack, and does not want to do the same again. And so when it comes to looking for a suspect, Thufir seems to focus, and the background we've gone over with Anya comes into play here. It's implied by the encyclopedia that this perhaps coloured his view of Jessica, that the betrayal of his own love at the hand of his possible friend and Anya's link to the Bene Gesserit coloured his suspicion when it came to Jessica. To give a balanced view, the Baron's mentat fed Thufir false information through an intercepted letter, and though the Duke refused to believe it, Thufir himself could not dismiss it. Jessica, when confronted, warns Thufir, though he can apply his mentat logic, he can't see more personal emotions, a weakness perhaps we could apply to all mentats. That, coupled with his belief of her betrayal because of Anya, meant that he carried this belief through to his death. He did, however, in some manner find redemption when he worked against the Baron, though he was working for him, and he did this to turn Fade against the Baron. And the Baron played a part in Thufir never learning the truth about Jessica. As the Dune Encyclopaedia ends this video, the Baron's strategy was simple. By allowing Thufir to believe Jessica was alive and never revealing that Dr. Welton Yue was the real betrayer, the Baron could feed Hawat's desire for revenge. The Baron summarised, the way to control and direct a mentat is through his information. False information, false results.